皆さんこんにちは、トニー森です。今回はスプリングマウンテン地区にあるジャスリン・ヴィンヤーズを訪れています。それでは皆さんご一緒にどうぞ。イギリス生まれのペリー、キャロリン・バトラー夫妻はサンフランシスコ、ベイエリアでハイテク産業のパイオニアとして成功を収めていましたが、多忙なスケジュールの中、週末にナパバレーを訪れた二人はすっかりワインの虜になってしまったそうです。そして1997年、夫妻はコンピュータービジネスを売却し、スプリングマウンテンを眼下に見下ろす場所にジャスリン・ヴィンヤーズを設立しました。ボルドー、プルミエ、クリュのエレガンスで繊細なワイン作りに情熱を注ぐ一方で、ブレストキャンサーリサーチ、スペシャルエディションのレスキューと呼ばれるワインの売上 100% をタイに生息するアジア象の救済活動に寄付するなど、慈善活動にも積極的に取り組んでいます。それではスプリングマウンテン地区のジャスリン・ヴィンヤーズのオーナー、ペリー・バトラーさんにお話を伺っています。
Well, basically, all our fruit now is estate from Spring Mountain. We have 7 acres, double spaced, so that means we get about 2,000 vines per acre. It allows the grapes to be very small but very intense in their flavours. We always make a Bordeaux blend, with the exception, I think, of 1 year where we made 100% Cabernet. We grow on site Merlot, Petit Verdot, Cabernet Sauvignon and Cabernet Franc. We use about 6 different cooperages in our winemaking, and we experiment with different toasts to get the flavours that we produce on our wines. The beauty about the Juslyn wines is we spent many years trying to perfect the ability to pop the cork and be able to drink the wine immediately without it having to be decanted. And it took us at least 3 years to get the formula right, and now you get the aging, so these wines will age for 15 to 17 years, but also you can pop the cork and drink them immediately. Both wines here that we're showing today are both 95-point Parker wines. Juslyn has scored 92 and above since 2001 with Robert Parker, which is quite an accomplishment for a small winery that we are. We do approximately 1,400 cases from the estate. And the Perry's blend is a blend of wine that I make with the winemaker, and it tends to be a little softer. And the Spring Mountain wine tends to be a little bigger, a little more tannins. We use 100% French New Oak on the Spring Mountain and 50% on the Perry's blend. I think we're very blessed because we have an incredible winemaker that's worked Spring Mountain fruit for nearly 15 years. He started off life at Cane Cellars, came down to Spring Mountain Winery and made one of the wines on One Spectator that came number 15 in the world in the top 100. And then he joined us in '98 and he's been with us ever since. But the key to make a great wine is the vineyard. And that's where my passion is. I'm in the vineyard every day. We have a really good winemaking vineyard team with Oscar Renteria as our consultant vineyard manager, full-time vineyard manager and a crew of 4, which is a lot for 7 acres. But we can only make great wine out of great grapes, and that's what we concentrate on. Yeah, so just a little bit of history on Juslyn and why we're in this and where we started it. So basically the name Juslyn is Justine, my daughter, and Carolyn, my wife. So that's where we got the Juslyn, and that went down very well with them. They like that. But we kind of a little upset because my name's not on this anywhere. So I'll tell the story. One day we were tasting with Robert Parker, and we used to call this wine a Napa blend. And he said, wow, he said, that's really bland. That's not a great name for a wine. And so I said, well, you think I should rename it? And he said, yeah, I really do. And so jokingly I said, well, let's call it Perry's blend as a joke, because I was the one that do the blend. And he said, okay. He wrote it in this thing, and that was how Perry's blend came, and it wasn't necessarily our first choice. But going back to the very beginning, I started life off as a chef, and at a very young age, and in England and in the Channel Islands and in France, and got to drink an incredible amount of really good Bordeaux's, and that's where my passion for Bordeaux came in. My idea, you know, when we came to the States was eventually to have a winery and be able to make a Bordeaux, California Bordeaux style wine, so we had a little bit more fruit and not the leanness that you get in some of the Bordeaux's. So this is what we tried to create. You know, with the Perry's blend, we just make it very soft, very easy to drink. It goes with, you know, peppered tuna, it'll go with lamb. And then on this one, we try to make it so it goes better with steaks and prime rib roasts and stuff. But I drink the Perry's pretty much the whole time, even if I'm eating salmon. It just seems to go with everything. It's a great wine. And as again, we said, everything here is a blend. This Perry's blend, this is a one-off, we only did it in 2005, is we teamed up with Vineyard 29 and we bought some juice from them, 7 barrels, out of Howell Mountain. So this is the first time there's ever been a Howell Mountain and a Spring Mountain blend made. It was a one-time only. As of 06, everything's 100% estate on both of the wines.
それではジャスリン・ヴィンヤーズの2005年ペリーズブレンドをテイスティングしてみます。スムーズなエントリーですね。でやはりダークフルーツのアローマがこう前面に押し出せるすごく滑らかな質感、それとすごくタニンもすごく丸みを帯びたタニンといいますかね、それと酸味のバランスがすごくいい、非常に飲みやすいボードブレンドのワインですけれども、そうですね、ブラックペッパーを効かしたシアードサーモンなんかは炙りサーモンですか、それにこれ合うんじゃないかなと思いますけども。次にですね、ジャスリン・ヴィンヤーズの2005年カベルネ・ソーヴィニヨンをテイスティングしています。先ほどのですねペリーズブレンドと比べるとこちらのカベルネの方がですねちょっと濃厚さといいますか濃いそのような雰囲気がありますけれども、シガーのボックス、それとちょっと甘いですねオーク香も感じられますけども、このカベルネでしたらやはりですねステーキでいきたいと思ってますけども、リブアイか、フィレミニョンで召し上がったらいいんじゃないかと思いますけども、お試しください。
Hi, so I'm Perry Butler. I'm the vintner and owner of Juslyn Vineyards, and we're here in Spring Mountain. It's a very beautiful appellation. There's about 30 wineries. All of them are very high scoring. Everybody does very well. We'd love you guys to come and visit us. We're at Masonry Tasting Room in Yountville. And if you have any problems finding the information on that, our numbers are below, and please call Stephanie, and she's glad to hook up with you.
こちらスプリングマウンテン地区にあるジャスリン・ヴィンヤーズはいかがでしたか。このスプリングマウンテン地区というのはちょうどナパバレーでも砂時計のように一番ピンチのような一番細長い、ところに位置しておりますけども、エンジョイしていただけましたでしょうか。それではまた次回。I'll see you guys next time.